Good evening. Today I had the honour and privilege to have a guided tour of the physio department of our own St Oswald's Hospital, which has been turned into a vaccination centre for our older residents. As there is so much information I have to relay to you, it's easier to do it like this. The logistics of this programme have been immense. The team, some of which until 3 weeks ago have never worked together before, have bonded and their professionalism shines through. During the last 24 hours, I have been liaising with Ben Milton, who is the Clinical Director of the Derbyshire Dales District Council Primary Care Networks, and Sarah Headley, who is leading the Ashbourne programme. Ben explained how it all works at Ashbourne. First, they had to find out how many of our elderly residents there were in this first phase, then order the correct numbers of vaccine and get it here, ensuring that it is correctly handled and stored. The vaccine is the Pfizer vaccine, and I'm sure you all know it is quite a tricky vaccine and has to be stored at the correct temperature. The temperature at Ashbourne is minus 80 degrees centigrade, but it only has a short shelf life. They also had to work out how many of our residents could realistically be vaccinated in the time period. Bearing in mind that these residents may have mobility and medical issues, so timing was crucial. Once those plans were in place, patients were contacted and slots booked. Patients then turn up at the hospital immediately before their allotted time, and the security guards on the gate direct them where to park. They are then met at the door by a member of the medical staff who explain the one-way system that's in place and direct them to what is normally the physio gym, where all their details are taken and matched against their records. They also discuss any fears or worries the patients may have. There's never any rush at any time. Once everything has been verified, the patients are taken to a vaccination pod, which is normally where you see the physios. There are 4 pods. Each pod has a freezer with the vaccine in it. The clinicians then check all the details again, and if everything is okay, the vaccine is injected into the upper arm. Once this is done, the patient is taken to a room where they can sit and relax with a member of staff for about 15 minutes, just to ensure there are no adverse effects and that they are okay. Once the staff are sure that the patient is okay, they are shown out of the building by volunteer guides who again check their names against their lists. All this data is reconciled at the end of each day, so the number of vaccines, number of patients and the correct named patient all tally. Yesterday they worked a 14-hour day. They are here for the next 3 weeks, at 3 days at a time. They can only do 3 days due to the shelf life of the vaccine. Next week, they are here Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. At the end of this 3-day period, which is tomorrow night, they will have vaccinated 1,000 patients. After the 3 weeks, all those residents in the older age group in the first phase who are able to attend the hospital will have been vaccinated. The residents attending have been very positive and the staff have loved being in St Oswald's and meeting everyone. The security guards are guarding this precious vaccine 24 hours a day. All the care homes in Ashbourne and their staff have now been vaccinated. For those patients who cannot get to the hospital, for instance, they could be house or bedbound, they will be receiving the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine. This vaccine doesn't have the storage or handling issues that the Pfizer one has and can therefore be administered easier. You will be contacted by the team or your doctor's practice when it's your turn, so don't worry if you haven't heard anything yet. I've had people messaging me asking me how they can help the programme. If you do want to help, please go on to the Call to Arms Derbyshire website, where all the details can be found, and you can register your interest. Ben did point out that there may be a delay in them contacting you. I think you'll agree that this programme is fantastic for our town. Our elderly residents are being vaccinated locally in our own hospital. So please ensure that you attend your appointment so that this precious vaccine is not wasted. If you cannot attend for whatever reason, please let them know. Ben assures me that they have got backup lists. It would be helpful if you have a relative, friend or neighbour who you think may be in this first phase category, that you let them know exactly what is going to happen and how it is going to happen. I hope you found this useful. I don't know all the answers, but I hope that this will allay any fears or queries you may have on the Ashbourne vaccination programme. I will try and keep you informed as much as possible on all the COVID issues that affect Ashbourne and our surrounding villages.